Hello and welcome to our video on the key takeaways from Stumbling on Happiness by Daniel Gilbert. In this video, we'll be discussing some of the most important insights from this fascinating book, which explores the science of happiness and the ways in which our brains can sometimes lead us astray. From the fact that our memories are not always accurate representations of our past experiences, to the ways in which social comparison can affect our sense of well-being, this book is full of insights that can help us lead happier, more fulfilling lives. Of course, this is just a scratch of the surface, so if you want to learn more, be sure to check out the book at the link in the pinned comment below. So, without further ado, let's dive into the key takeaways from Stumbling on Happiness. First lesson, our brains are not always accurate predictors of what will make us happy in the future. Gilbert argues that our brains have evolved to focus on short-term goals and immediate needs, rather than long-term happiness. As a result, we often make decisions that we believe will make us happy in the future, but which may not actually lead to long-term satisfaction. Gilbert suggests that we can improve our ability to predict what will make us happy by learning from past experiences and seeking out diverse perspectives. By doing so, we can better understand our own preferences and make more informed decisions about what will truly make us happy in the long run. Second lesson, we tend to overestimate the impact of significant life events on our happiness. Gilbert argues that we have a natural tendency to focus on major life events such as getting married, getting a promotion, or winning the lottery as key sources of happiness. However, research has shown that the impact of such events is often short-lived and that we quickly adjust to our new circumstances. Gilbert suggests that we can avoid this mistake by focusing on the small, everyday experiences that contribute to our overall sense of well-being. By paying attention to the things that make us happy on a daily basis, we can cultivate a more lasting and sustainable sense of happiness. Third lesson, our memories are not always accurate representations of past experiences. Gilbert argues that our memories are not like video recordings that we can replay at will. Rather, they are reconstructed based on our current beliefs and attitudes. This means that our memories can be influenced by a wide range of factors, including our mood, our expectations, and the stories that we tell ourselves about our lives. Gilbert suggests that we can become more aware of these biases by paying attention to discrepancies between our memories and the actual events that took place. By doing so, we can gain a more accurate and nuanced understanding of our past experiences and avoid making decisions based on faulty memories. Fourth lesson, we often make decisions based on assumptions or social norms rather than our actual preferences. Gilbert argues that we are heavily influenced by the opinions and expectations of others, and that we often make decisions without fully considering our own desires and values. This can lead us to choose paths that are not truly aligned with our authentic selves, and which may not ultimately lead to happiness. Gilbert suggests that we can avoid this mistake by taking the time to reflect on our own values and priorities, and by seeking out diverse perspectives to broaden our understanding of what is possible. By doing so, we can make more informed decisions that are truly in line with our own desires and aspirations. Fifth lesson, our sense of happiness is influenced by our social comparison to others. Gilbert argues that we have a natural tendency to compare ourselves to others, and that this can have a significant impact on our sense of well-being. When we compare ourselves to those who are better off than us, we may feel envious or inadequate. Conversely, when we compare ourselves to those who are worse off than us, we may feel grateful or superior. Gilbert suggests that we can avoid the negative effects of social comparison by focusing on our own progress and growth, rather than on the achievements of others. By setting our own goals and measuring our own progress, we can cultivate a more authentic and sustainable sense of happiness. Sixth lesson, we can increase our happiness by focusing on experiences rather than material possessions. Gilbert argues that while material possessions may bring us temporary pleasure, experiences such as travel, socializing, or learning new skills can provide us with more lasting and meaningful happiness. This is because experiences allow us to connect with others, learn new things, and create memories that we can cherish for years to come. Gilbert suggests that we can incorporate more experiences into our lives by prioritizing them over material possessions, and by being intentional about how we spend our time and resources. By doing so, we can cultivate a more fulfilling and satisfying life. Seventh lesson, our happiness is also influenced by our ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Gilbert argues that while we may initially feel a surge of happiness when we experience a positive change, such as getting a new job or moving to a new city, we quickly adapt and return to our baseline level of happiness. Similarly, when we experience negative changes, such as losing a job or ending a relationship, we may initially feel a dip in happiness, but we eventually adapt and return to our baseline level of well-being. Gilbert suggests that we can improve our ability to adapt to changing circumstances by cultivating resilience and focusing on the positive aspects of our lives. By developing a sense of gratitude and a positive outlook, we can weather the ups and downs of life with greater ease and equanimity. Eighth lesson, we have a tendency to rationalize our decisions and actions in order to maintain a positive self-image. Gilbert argues that we have a deep-seated need to see ourselves in a positive light, and that we often distort or ignore information that contradicts this self-image. This can lead us to make decisions that are not in our best interest or to overlook important feedback that could help us grow and improve. Gilbert suggests that we can overcome this bias by being more open to feedback and criticism, and by cultivating a growth mindset that emphasizes learning and development over maintaining a static self-image. By doing so, we can become more resilient and adaptable, and make more informed decisions that are truly in line with our long-term goals and values. Ninth lesson, our happiness is influenced by the extent to which we feel in control of our lives. Gilbert argues that we have a natural desire to feel in control of our environment and our destiny, and that this sense of control is closely linked to our sense of well-being. When we feel that we have agency and autonomy in our lives, we are more likely to feel positive emotions such as confidence, optimism, and self-esteem. Conversely, when we feel that we are powerless or helpless, we may experience negative emotions such as anxiety, depression, or stress. Gilbert suggests that we can cultivate a sense of control by focusing on the things that are within our power to change, and by developing a growth mindset that emphasizes learning and development. By taking ownership of our lives and our choices, we can cultivate a greater sense of well-being and satisfaction. The 10th and the final key takeaway from Stumbling on Happiness is that we can improve our ability to predict what will make us happy by learning from past experiences and seeking out diverse perspectives. Gilbert argues that our brains are not always accurate predictors of what will make us happy, and that we often make decisions based on faulty assumptions or incomplete information. However, by reflecting on our past experiences and seeking out diverse perspectives, we can gain a better understanding of our own preferences and values. This, in turn, can help us make more informed decisions about what will truly bring us happiness and fulfillment. Gilbert suggests that we can cultivate this ability by actively seeking out new experiences, challenging our own assumptions and biases, and being open to feedback and criticism. By doing so, we can become more attuned to our own desires and aspirations, and make choices that are truly aligned with our long-term goals and values. That's it for our video on the key takeaways from Stumbling on Happiness by Daniel Gilbert. We hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. Remember, these insights are just a small sample of what you'll find in the book, so if you're interested in learning more, be sure to check it out at the link in the pinned comment below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future.